This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is brought to you thanks to the support of Generations Bank, Little John Orthodontics, Bill Cram Chevrolet, DeSanto Propane, Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, Brad Van Dusen Photography, It's a Wonderful Run 5K, Penny's Place Family Restaurant, Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies, Red's Place in downtown Seneca Falls, Wilson Press and Mail House, Connie's Diner, Stever's Garage and Jimmer's Auto, and FingerLakes1.com digital marketing.
Happy New Year and welcome live inside the Lyons Community Center. Lyons, New York, where tonight a Section 5 showdown between a pair of perennial powerhouses, the Northstar-Christian Knights, taking on the Lyons Lions here live on FingerLakes1.com. Good evening, everybody. Glad you could be with us inside the Lyons Community Center, the de facto home court tonight for the Lyons. I'm Jim Sinicropi. This, of course, is Kevin Sharp. And Sharpie, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Jim. It's
ready for some 2020 high school basketball, and the rest of this season is shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah, it's a great way to kick this off. As you mentioned in your introduction, the two perennial powers here in their specific classes in Section 5. Great tradition for both teams. I was really excited when I got assigned to this game, to be honest with you. If I wasn't here, I'd be sitting in the bleachers watching, that's for sure.
So we're at the Lyons Community Center. Last time Lyons played here, 2016-17. Justice Smith was a sophomore. They lost to Clyde Savannah. I think it was the last time that Derek Chance and Clyde Savannah beat Lyons, actually.
Definitely possible.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to get our facts straight there, but this year, Lyons comes in at 7-0, 5-0 in the Wayne County League. Northstar-Christian enters at 5-1, and of course, Northstar-Christian and Lyons have both been collecting sectional titles over the past 4 or 5 years here in Section 5. Last year, though, Northstar-Christian moves up to Class A2, loses. They were actually upset in the quarterfinals by Wilson Magnet last year.
If you want to call it an upset, Wilson Magnet is still a very, very solid team in there. And they got a loaded bracket again this year. East is off to a great start.
And Lyons coming off back-to-back sectional titles. And this has become a bit of a rivalry, Lyons and Northstar-Christian, but the last two meetings have been all Northstar-Christian. They knocked Lyons out of the postseason 2 years ago in the Class C play-in game in Honeoye Falls, Lima. That game wasn't close. Last year they met in Geneva in what was probably one of the games of the year. You and I called that.
It was a great game last year. Great atmosphere. Both teams played extremely hard. It was just a great game. Either team could have won that game that night.
And two of the key players in that game, Justice Smith, who had 42 that night, maybe 44, right. And Miles Brown, who was just on the cusp of becoming the Section 5 all-time leading scorer. Both those guys have graduated, and we got a new cast of characters, and we'll talk about them shortly. But right now we have the national anthem is sang by Haley DeSanto from Lyons Central. So enjoy this one. Excellent job by Haley DeSanto.
That was amazing.
So here we are at the Lyons Community Center. Usually Lyons plays at the Atwood, one of the smallest gymnasiums in all of Section 5, and tonight they come in to play on Bob Omen Court. a lot of people call this the house that Bob Oman built. And they redid the floor this summer. And for me, this place always feels like it's a special event when there's a game.
I agree. Just walking in here tonight pregame, it just felt like something special was going to happen here, just because of the venue.
Now, across the way, the bleachers are starting to fill up, but a little sparse. On our side of the court where we are, we're positioned right at midcourt, top row. At least the stands are packed, so It's a bigger crowd than it might appear at first on your camera. As J.C. Walker, the outstanding freshman, being announced for Lyons. And Sharpie, like I mentioned, it's become a bit of a rivalry between these two schools, but Lyons hasn't been able to overcome the hump and beat Northstar the past couple years. Let's take a look at tonight's Ferrara Lumber keys to the game.
Yeah, I was at the Northstar Geneva game last Friday night, and from that game, I really think Lyons, their key is getting back on defense. The minute the offensive possession is over, they've got to get back and play defense because Northstar is really going to push the ball. And I think the key for Northstar is that they can't get in foul trouble. They don't have much after that first 5 on the court. Good role players, but I really think they need to stay out of foul trouble.
So we're missing names like Miles Brown and his brother Michael.
Mike Brown, yep. Right.
Pickett was a name we said a lot last year in Geneva. But back on this team is Sean Smith, who is a junior this year, who will provide a bulk of the scoring, and coach's son, Ryan Garwood, J.J. Garwood, head coach for Northstar, as we're getting ready for tip. Of course, Lyons coached by Dean Schott Jr. Lyons now set to tip off. It's Tootie Smith wearing the home whites here, and they're home away from home. We're ready for some basketball. First tip of 2020 on Finger Lakes 1. We're underway. That's Amir James controlling. Lyons starting Justice Smith, Horace Betts, J.C. Walker, Amir James, and Benji Kemp. As they work it around the outside. Justin Smith, 39 points in their win against Utica on Saturday. He lets one fly there, no good. And it's pulled down, and here comes the Knights. A little Euro step, no good. Rebounded by Betts, pushing it the other way. We expect him to go up and down, both teams, as Betts hangs and he's fouled. So just a little preview, I think, what we can see tonight.
I expect a 94-foot battle tonight. I expect both teams to get after it, both offensively and defensively. In order for Lyons to press, they've got to make some shots, and they're going to want to get into that full-court press against Northstar-Christian.
So Betts heads to the line. The junior, as are most of the key players on this Lyons team. Benji Kemp, really the lone senior who sees significant minutes. James Gravino, also a senior on the roster, as Betts converts 1 of 2. And the rebound's pulled in by Andrew Newcomb. So 1-0 Lyons early. Another thing, Sharpie, is this court is much bigger than the Atwood and much bigger than your average high school court. It's an NBA-sized court.
It's an excellent place for them to play a team like Northstar-Christian because you're going to have to play on a court like this in the sectionals.
And so that's Turner Harris with the basketball. Turner Harris, Ryan Garwood, Sean Smith, Andrew Newcomb, and Khalil Iverson starting as Garwood lets one fly in the lane, and he'll shoot free throws.
The thing that Garwood impresses me over, he's played on the team since he's an 8th grader, and he's gotten physically more mature, like kids are going to do. The other night against Geneva, he really took the ball to the basket hard, didn't just settle for the 3.
Going back to his 8th grade year, he hit a couple big threes against Lyons at Honeywell Falls Lyman, that Class C regional play-in game. And probably the best free throw shooter on the court. He knocks down the first one. And I'm willing to bet even money that this one drops too.
Yeah.
Yep. So early lead for the Knights. Jim Sinicropi, Kevin Sharp, courtside here at the Lyons Community Center. Tootie Smith out to Amir James, lets fly. It was on line, but a little strong. Rebounded by Iverson into the hands of Turner Harris. Harris finds a seam, but he meets Benji Kemp. And Amir James with the steal. And Lions quickly coming the other way. Tootie Smith straight to the hole. Not much you can do to stop that.
Extremely tough to stop.
So Lions with a 3-2 lead early. And this time it's J.C. Walker with a block shot. Looks like referees Marlon Johnson and Mike Padula are going to let him play tonight, but they're not going to let him travel. And Horace Betts just took a few steps there on the baseline.
Yeah, I like it. There's been some contact going to the basket. They're letting them play. They're not deciding the game.
Here comes Tootie Smith on that take and just scored a lot of those 39 points on Saturday against Utica Health and Sciences at the rim, just like that.
Great defense by Amir.
And of course, Tootie Smith, the younger brother of one of the all-time Lions greats, Justice Smith. And there's Justin Tootie Smith with a rebound. Settles it into the corner to James. After he passed to Walker, can't handle it. Here comes Garwood. Wow, from behind, Smith blocked him. Garwood went down hard. As Horace Betts in there to help him up along with his teammates. A little slow getting up. Looks like he hit his head.
I think it might have been his arm, his elbow. He did go down hard.
Tootie Smith coming in from behind. It might have been the cleanest of the last 3 blocks.
Absolutely, yep.
But usually, when you come in from behind like that, you're always taking the risk of the foul.
What would they call?
Well, it looks like they got an intentional.
Well, they called a technical on 5.
That would be
Sean Smith.
Oh, so that's a big early development. That'll be a personal foul. So it must have been Smith retaliating for the hard foul by Tootie Smith as we get a look at it right here. Tootie came in from behind, and let's see if we can see Smith. Smith's not even in the screen there. So I think we're going to have Garwood shoot 2 free throws on the shot. And if it is a technical on Smith, Lions will shoot shots and get the ball.
Right, I believe so.
Yeah, Garwood missed there. This looks like he's still a little shaken up.
I think he landed on his right arm.
And this time he knocks it down. So 3 of 4 from the line for Garwood. It counts for all 3 of North Star's points thus far. And yep, here comes, they're going to have Tootie Smith shooting. So that's the first personal foul on Sean Smith. As North Star now kind of huddling up together at midcourt. As Tootie Smith will shoot. Misses the first. Gets the roll the second. So that gives Lions a 1-point lead momentarily. They do have the basketball.
Both Smiths on the court right now need to not commit that second foul real early here.
Now Horace Betts into the lane. Out to James. Walker wants it on the block. This time he catches it. 1 dribble, turns, hangs. Can't finish, but strong effort by Betts and Kemp on the block, on the rebound, but they have a foul.
It's Betts' second, I believe.
I think they gave it to Benji.
Oh, did they? Okay. Okay.
There's Sean Smith, and looks like they called him with a carry.
You don't see that called nearly enough. Yeah, that's with you.
So you saw North Star and Sean Smith play against Geneva last weekend, and you came away pretty impressed with this North Star crew.
I absolutely did. Well, Geneva didn't do a real good job of their transition defense. North Star got out and ran, and Geneva just did not want to get back on D. But Lions doing a great job of getting back.
And off the miss. Walker blocked from behind after the offensive rebound. And now Smith working on Amir James. A little size advantage there. Now over to Garwood kicks it into the corner. One more extra pass, but Lyons is all over it. Although J.C. Walker gets crossed up a little, but the shot by Turner Harris is off the mark. Now the freshman almost turns it over and does. It's out of bounds. It should be going back to Northstar. A little bit of a late arriving crowd. I don't know if a lot of these fans knew that the tip was 7 p.m. Traditionally, it's 7:30.
Yeah, I would assume the 7:30 tip.
Turner Harris. Baseline jumper.
Good shot.
Knocked down by Andrew Newcomb, and Northstar-Christian back on top with 4:10 to go here, first period. Now Benji out to Amir James, a little pump and go, hangs and gets the kick.
Nice take. Well, excellent ball movement that time by Lyons.
Wow, more contact for Turner Harris. And they got an offensive foul. Benji Kemp.
Benji Kemp, you can play on my team any day.
And, you know, last year was Justice's team. I think that a lot of times you might say, well, this is Justin's team, Tootie's team, but Kemp's the senior.
He's the glue.
This is Benji Kemp's team.
Yeah.
Now Betts right side, dishes it down to Walker, can't handle it. Ball's loose on the floor, and they're going to get Walker with a foul. And these fans right in front of us are letting Mike Padula hear it.
So two turnovers so far, by Walker here. Hopefully he can shake some jitters off.
One was just a pass that he couldn't handle right in his hands, and the second one was there's two poor decisions with the pass.
Right.
Sean Smith rises and fires, can't get it to go. Big rebound though by Walker. And we got another foul.
I think they called that on 12, yep.
So that'll be the first on Andrew Newcomb. And here comes Betts. Looks like we got a 1-3-1 zone from Northstar. Smith with a turnover. This is actually probably a smart foul by James.
Racking the fouls up here, though. It's Lyons' 15th foul, I believe. And something's going on with Justin down there, sitting at the end of the bench.
Doesn't appear to be being attended to. A little push off, another foul. That was Turner Harris.
That's his second.
So Nate Henry, another junior wearing number 12, is in for Tootie as you get a look there. Also sitting next to Tootie would be Connor Bastian, sitting out this game, not exactly sure why. And so Lyons holds a 1-point lead here, 3 minutes to go, first period at the Lyons Community Center, and another foul, and they're going to get Sean Smith.
That's a big one right there. Well, it went from letting them play to now calling everything. Looks like they're working on his ankle.
They're looking at Tootie's ankle on the bench. So that'll, Lyons has a lot of firepower, but, you're talking about a kid that scored 39 points against a good team from Section 3.
Yeah. I think when you start talking about the best players in Section 5, his name has to come up in the conversation at some point. It would be really a bad thing for Lyons if he can't come back in. But, again, it could be a good thing for Lyons, too, because they don't have to rely on Justin. Let's see what they've got here. That was a huge foul by Smith. It looks like he's staying on the court with 2 fouls.
So a lot of trust there from Coach Garwood. Again, at 6'5" with 2:57 to go. Tootie Smith remains on the bench after the timeout. And Horace Betts manning the point guard duties. And there's Henry with it. So probing the outside of the zone. And what a take by Betts. Missed it. Gets his own rebound. Back up and in. Lyons by 3. Newcomb into the corner for Tim Hines into the ball game now. Smith with those 2 fouls, back to Hines. And now over to Garwood, 15 seconds to shoot. Garwood drives, takes it strong, loses it on the way up, and here comes Lyons. Betts into the lane, up, misses the layup, rebounded by Kemp. Back out to Henry, 3-ball on the way, no. Missed opportunity there for the Lions. 2:01 to go here, first period.
I really like the way Horace Betts is playing right now. A ton of energy. He didn't convert that. He's taking it to the basket strong. He stripped Garwood down here when Garwood drove to the basket.
Now Newcomb hands it to Hines. Hines hands off to Garwood. Free throw line jumper. Bucket good in the foul.
Horace's second.
So Garwood now has 5 of Northstar-Christian 7.
He is going to be an outstanding high school basketball player.
Just a sophomore. As Amir James takes a seat, and we have Jatez Barber coming in. Garwood now 4 of 5 from the line. And it's all knotted up with 1:44 to go here in the first period. I'm Jim Sinicropi, sitting next to Kevin Sharp. Our producer tonight, Jason Hunt, Jeremy Hunt on camera 1, and Matt Meckley on camera 2 here for FingerLakes1.com. We got a big week coming up next week. We'll tell you about that at halftime. As Nate Henry knocks down the long two-pointer.
A lot of confidence right there after the last shot with an air ball. He steps up and knocks down just inside the 3.
Smith out to Garwood, 3-ball. Yes!
Created off the drive by Smith. Nice dish back.
10 first quarter points for, or make that 9 first quarter points for Ryan Garwood, and the freshman J.C. Walker lets a long one go. And the Lions trail by 1 now, inside a minute to go. First period. Now Sean Smith, guarded closely by Jarrell Petty.
That's great defense.
16 to shoot. Garwood makes his way into the lane again, throws it up and gets the kiss off the glass with the left hand.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Ryan Garwood here early at the community center.
Just love his composure. He's patient. Gets in the lane. He can finish in traffic. Outstanding shooter.
Gage Wheaton into the ball game as we get a look at that take by Garwood right around Kemp and kind of tosses it up there.
Well, it's 2 fouls on Kemp, 2 fouls on Betts.
2 fouls on Sean Smith for Northstar. So a lot of the big names, early foul trouble. And Garwood makes good on the 3-point play, and now it's a 4-point Northstar lead. Again, Tootie Smith on the bench. They're attending to his right ankle. And Jarrell Petty to Walker, over to Henry. Henry working against Garwood on that left side of the zone. Now a 3-ball on the way from Petty with the kiss. Big shot. Pulls Lions to within 1. 6 seconds left here in the quarter. Sean Smith drives into the corner. 3-ball on the way. No, and that'll do it for the first period of play here at the Lyons Community Center. Your score, Northstar-Christian 14, Lions 13. It's 2020 and it's high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com. Keep it right here.
Generations Bank is celebrating 150 years of serving and supporting our hometowns. Visit mygenbank.com for the best choices in checking, savings, home equities, mortgages, and much more. Generations has been the Finger Lakes Bank since 1870. Generations Bank, member FDIC. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Thruway Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. Browse their full Cramtastic new and used vehicle inventory online at BillCramChevrolet.com, supporting high school athletes for the past 50 years. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
And welcome back, everybody, inside the Lyons Community Center here. Last time Lyons played a basketball game here, it was 2016-17, a game they lost to Clyde Savannah. They trail here by 1. Tootie Smith remains on the bench here to start the second quarter with appears to be a twisted ankle, and there goes Ryan Garwood taking it right to the freshman J.C. Walker. And now that's going to be a foul on Walker, number 2 on Walker. So foul trouble throughout this Lions lineup.
They called that on Walker?
I believe so, yeah.
Man, Garwood, he didn't do that last year, and he's getting in the lane. That's 3 buckets inside the lane he's scored today.
Got 12 at North Star's 14 points here. Sean Smith, the team's leading scorer, did not score in that first period. Garwood makes 1 or 2.
The fact that Sean Smith didn't score is a credit to James and Petty. The defense they were playing on him was just absolutely phenomenal.
So Walker takes a seat. Kind of a different lineup here for Lyons right now. You have Nate Henry in there, Jalen Battle into the ball game. And Nate Henry with his second jumper, his first 3. He's got 5 points. And now Lyons retakes the lead 16-15. Sean Smith now again tightly guarded by Jarrell Petty. Takes it to the hole.
Good finish.
Wanted a foul. So Sean Smith finally on the board here with 7:14 to go, second period. As Henry and Petty play catch. Now that's Betts in the corner. 2-3 zone from the Knights. And now another long-range jumper, no good, but great hustle by Nate Henry. Now he goes baseline and can't finish. North Star with a 1-point lead. Here comes Smith again. Pulls up from the free throw line and can't get the roll. Tip kept alive, though, by Newcomb. And putting up the shot is Devin Griffin. And he'll head to the free throw line. Let's see who they tagged with that foul.
34 man, yep. Van Derek
Burks, first foul. And now wholesale substitution for the Lions, and one of the 5 heading over to the scorer's table is Justin Smith.
He's putting the starting 5 back in. They're all starters.
So great job by Jarrell Petty and Nate Henry over the past several minutes of this ball game.
Absolutely.
And great to see Tootie Smith back on the court. Let's see how he is able to perform with that ankle. So Gage Wheaton's second free throw is short, and oh wow, unfortunate as Lyons kind of gave up on it. Wheaton misses the jumper, and Newcomb though with the right hand finishes, and it's 19-16 Northstar-Christian. 6:15 to go, first half.
Lyons has to do a better job on defensive boards.
Tootie, something about that side. That's where I guess you get the soft bounce from the backboard. Couple of shots banked in by Lyons so far in the first half. Newcomb into the quarter for Wheaton. Wheaton travel.
Good call. Yeah, it's 2 bank threes, I think.
So that gives Smith 6 points. Yeah, he doesn't appear to be favoring the ankle as he's walking. Looks to be okay.
He's a tough kid. He'll be all right.
Again, the big question is, who's the best athlete in Wayne County? Is it Justin Smith or is it Cam Chance? We'll be able to ask Cam Chance at halftime. He's in the house, of course, the outstanding player for Clyde Savannah. He's going to join us for the Bill Cram Chevrolet halftime report. Smith rises and fires top of the key, can't get it to go. J.C. Walker taps it alive to Betts. Betts misses at the rim again, and here comes North Star the other way, tied up at 19. Smith. Short. Another offensive board, though, and they find Smith cutting. Reverse layup.
3 straight possessions, second shots for Northstar.
And Northstar with a quick timeout now with a 2-point lead with 5:18 to go here, second period. Need a chance to tell you about DeSanto Propane. Since 1939, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. They're online at DeSantoPropane.com. And Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. You can order online at Cicino's.com with locations in Geneva and Waterloo and inside Del Lago Resort and Casino. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Online at FingerLakesInsurance.com. And It's a Wonderful Run 5K. Just completed a few weeks ago in Seneca Falls. And Marcus Whitman, the team that beat Northstar, their own lone loss of the year in Geneva, is trailing Weedsport 14-9 after one period in Weedsport. And, of course, Whitman playing quite the schedule this year, going independent as J.C. Walker misses the corner 3 but tracks down his own rebound. Gets it to Kemp. Benji tries a 3, it's short. Rebounded by Walker again, and this time Walker uses the glass. And Walker's on the board, and we're all tied up. 4:39 to go. Garwood lost it, and here comes Walker the other way. He's got 2 on 1, and he spins and keeps it himself. And now Betts spins. A lot of contact, no call. Back to Northstar.
Excellent defense by 22 there. Tim Hines getting back to create that. A lot of kids might have just given up on that.
Sean Smith takes it over Kemp on the fadeaway, can't get it to go. Good defense by Lyons on the ball. Way up ahead it goes to Benji. Benji with a layup, and they got an offensive foul. Number 3 on Kemp.
Who drew the foul, though?
Didn't see it.
Garwood.
Garwood? Should have guessed. So get a look at the scores table there. Randolph Scott and the PA announcer. It's Jeffrey Hayes. So Kemp on the bench with those 3 fouls. First player to get to the 3 foul mark as Smith travels a little awkward handoff there, caused him to shuffle his feet. So, Betts and Walker have been doing a good job on the glass. I don't be interested to see how much they miss Benji Kemp here for the last 3:52 and a half. It's tied up now. Thrown away by Betts. Here comes Smith. Takes it right at him and finishes at the lane. I thought Betts laid off, but Mike Padula called the foul.
No, Marlon Johnson called it from out by half court. He was a trail, he called that.
So Sean Smith with 6 points here in the second quarter.
And that's Horace's third.
Early foul trouble for the Lions here at the Community Center. As Smith completes a 3-point play. Of course, the Lyons Community Center, also the home of the Lake Ontario Roller Derby. Several years ago, we actually did a live webcast of a roller derby. I think it was Dave Barnick and Harold Weber on the call that night.
2 legends.
Yep. Of course, Dave's still on the team calling games. As we have 3:25 to go, 24-21, Northstar leads. A little pick and slip, but the pass way over Walker's head.
Thought Walker could have got called for a moving screen there.
So Benji Kemp on the bench with 3 fouls, and Horace Betts the 4th on the bench with 3 fouls. And boy, wow, Justin Smith contested the shot at the bucket. It looked like it's going to be a wide open layup. And now Amir James holds it. And Amir!
Wow.
Highlight reel material there for James. Pulls Lyons to within 1 with 2:45 to go, and we've got another foul.
Well, a lot of fouls.
Here's a look at that take by James. Gets in the lane, goes up, under, and soft finish. So 2 fouls on Amir James there. So, man, they're really racking up. As Sean Smith heads to the free throw line. And makes the front end of the one-on-one. He's got 2 for 2 this quarter from the free throw line, trying to make it 3 for 3. He has 8 points on the night, all in the second quarter. Misses the second free throw. Here comes Tootie Smith.
I might try to do something here to isolate Tootie on Smith, see if he can't pick up his 3rd foul here.
Jatez Barber working on Garwood. And almost throws it away, but they're going to get the foul on Khalil Iverson. And again, it looks like almost a half-empty house here from our main camera, but the majority of the fans on the side opposite our camera.
Yeah, there's a nice crowd here on this side.
I mean, if J.C. Walker makes a free throw. If they tried to fit all these people in the Atwood, they would have had to turn them away about an hour ago.
Absolutely. I was watching Walker in pregame. I love his form on his foul shot. Patient, the same thing every time. He's going to get a lot of points from the foul line. Oh, I jinxed him.
That was to tie the game up here, 2:24 to go. C.J. Walker with 5 points all in the second period, and Smith lost it on the way up, out of bounds to the Lions.
It's probably his 4th turnover tonight.
And I've been impressed with the Lions' half-court defense.
Absolutely. They're taking pride in it.
And now Tootie Smith drives, dips it down to Walker, finishes with the left hand. Lions up 1, 26-25. 2 minutes to go first half. Pull-up jumper is good from Turner Harris. His first points of the game gives Northstar-Christian the lead back. Up and down we go. Nate Henry now into the ball game. Just gave it up to Tootie Smith. Lions sets up. Walker, Barber, James, Smith, and Henry. It's Walker at the free throw line. Out to Barber, back to Walker. Walker, strong take and finish. The freshman. 9 points, second period. And there's a turnover. Here comes Barber, 3-on-2. Here comes Lyons. Barber hangs and offensive foul. And that was Smith who drew it.
Dean just got teed up.
Technical foul on Coach Dean's shot after Sean Smith drew the charge on Barber. So we've had 2 technical fouls this half, 1 on Coach Schott, 1 on Sean Smith from Northstar. And with Lions leading by 1 and with 1:15 to go in the half, we're going to have free throws for Northstar-Christian.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually a timeout. I think they're trying to figure out what happened here and how to administer this. I didn't see anybody do a timeout.
Well, Mike Padula over at the scorer's table right now as we get a replay as wasn't a lot of contact. It looked like Barber kind of pulled up.
Yeah.
Well, Sean Smith did have decent position. Risky move by
Absolutely.
Sean Smith to ask for any contact there.
Absolutely.
With 2 fouls.
So I assume Garwood's coming to the line here.
So we got a 30-second timeout now for Lions.
Looks like they're going to a full
timeout. Give me a chance to tell you about some of our other sponsors that make broadcasts like these possible throughout the winter. Hope you're home enjoying it. And it's not that cold out for January. It's kind of feeling a spring feel to it. But Brad Van Dusen Photography, bvdsports.com. You can check out some of his work. Great sports photos, not to mention weddings and family portraits. As we get a look right inside that Lions huddle and Coach Schott. Great work by Matt Meckley on camera there. Farrar Lumber and Building Supplies, you can browse their selection at farrarlumber.com. Great place to go before planning your next home improvement project. And, of course, Red's Place in downtown Seneca Falls, home of the best lunches in town. Thursday night taco night is back at Red's, $1 tacos at Red's Place, as Wayne has taken a 41-28 lead over Penfield after the third period, which Wayne, looking at this year in the Wayne Finger Lakes, Wayne's been the biggest, most impressive surprise.
They might be the biggest surprise in all of Section 5. I mean, they're playing a team that's only lost one game, a double-A school that's only lost one game, and they're handing it to them.
And again, this is a team that lost their top 6 or 7 guys, their whole starting 5 from as Garwood knocks down 2 free throws. So technical foul costs them 2 points. They would have had the ball anyways, North Star. But they take a 1-point lead with 1:15 to go in the first half. Smith over to Garwood. Garwood working off the pick. Now into the lane. He hangs and gets the roll.
My goodness.
Incredible first half here by Garwood. He has 17 now as we're inside a minute. Lyons trails by 3. Cody Smith working off the pick from Walker. Now takes it, holds it, and can't finish, but Henry with a rebound. Corner 3 from Smith, no. Rebounded by Newcomb, and here comes North Star up ahead to Turner Harris, who lays it in. And 4-point lead now for North Star, biggest of the night. The shot clock is off, 25 seconds left. Walker to Barber. Let's see if Lyons holds for one here. Looks like they're gonna. Amir James got himself in a little trouble there. It's out of bounds with 12 seconds left, heading back to North Star. You're gonna look at Garwood's drive and finish on the last possession. Did the same thing from the left-hand side before.
Yeah, so impressed with him.
Ambidextrous sophomore. 12 seconds left. Sean Smith across the timeline with 8 seconds. Takes it to the hoop. Almost loses it, gets it back. We're down to 4 seconds. And nice slip and finish by Andrew Newcomb as the first half expires. So little run for Northstar-Christian to take a 7-point lead. When we come back, it'll be the Bill Cram Chevrolet. We'll have Cam Chance from Clyde Savannah up with us. And you're watching Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball here on FingerLakes1.com. Keep it right here.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, celebrating 23 years in the Finger Lakes with locations at 22 Main Street in Waterloo, 40 Exchange Street in Geneva, and Del Lago Resort and Casino. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. For your life, home, auto, and future. Whether it's your first car, second home, or third child, the experienced professionals at Finger Lakes Partners can recommend the coverage that best utilizes and protects your assets. With offices in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo, and online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. 4 generations strong, DeSanto Propane is a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com or call 1-800-752-4574 and look for DeSanto Propane on Facebook. Ferrara Lumber has been locally owned for 3 generations and is more than just a lumber and building supplier. Stop in on Baird Street in Seneca Falls to browse their full section of power tools, hardware, lawn and garden, painting, and plumbing supplies, and talk to their experienced staff before planning your next home improvement project. Brad Van Dusen Photography is a full-service photographer serving the Finger Lakes region, offering family, senior, and wedding portraits, also specializing in sports photos, collages, banners, and other keepsakes for your student-athlete. For more information, find Brad on Facebook or visit bradvandusenphotography.com. Penny's Place Family Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo, well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, the large selection of breakfast items, and everything from burgers, salads, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. Jimmer's Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Stever's Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmer's Auto and Stever's Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. It's a Wonderful Run 5K. It's a winter run like no other through the streets of Seneca Falls, the town that inspired Frank Capra's holiday classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Learn more and register at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. Red's Place in downtown Seneca Falls, locally owned for 43 years and serving great lunches Monday through Friday from 11:30 to 2 p.m. Legendary soups, wraps, salads, and the best burgers in town. For over 65 years, the Wilson Press has been serving Central New York as commercial printers with a full-service mail house. Specializing in offset and digital printing, graphic design services, full mail house services, marketing and advertising plans, and fundraising programs, call them today at 315-568-9693 or visit them online at wpress.com. Connie's Diner on Main Street in Waterloo has the ambiance you will only find in a true diner. Let the Cardazola family serve your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner from their vast menu of time-tested favorites and original recipes. Visit them online at connieswaterloo.com. And FingerLakes1.com digital marketing, website development, hosting, multimedia production, and home of the most popular website and mobile app in the Finger Lakes. Help FingerLakes1.com bring you more great live local sports coverage by becoming a supporter at patreon.com/FL1.
It's Big Truckin' Deals here at Bill Cram Chevrolet. Check out this cram-tastic inventory for big truckin' deals. Whatever truck you're looking for, we've got the inventory. Trucks for towing, trucks for family, trucks for work, and trucks for fun. Whatever you're into, we've got a big truckin' deal waiting for you. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. See all our truckin' deals at BillCramChevrolet.com.
So welcome back inside the Lyons Community Center. Where your score at halftime is Northstar-Christian 35, Lyons 28. It's time for the Bill Cram Chevrolet halftime report. And exciting basketball, a lot of fouls being called, a few guys in foul trouble. Northstar pulls away there at the end of the second period with a nice run to take a lead. Otherwise, it's been back and forth all night. And Jim Sinicropi alongside Kevin Sharp up here in the broadcast booth, joined by Cam Chance. Standout junior now, are you?
Yeah, I'm a junior.
For Clyde Savannah. And, you've seen in your day a lot of great battles between Lyons and Clyde and really some great Clyde teams. You got to play 1 year with your brother, I think.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then a little down, a little rebuilding for Clyde, but you guys are off to a pretty good start this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're 5-2 right now with the loss of Jaden in the ER game that killed us. That could have been a much different game, but we lost that game, and so we just went into the game a little overconfident and lost that game. But the other games, we've been playing as a team, playing hard, and I think we have a good shot to do something this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of your games so far this year, Cam. I really like what you guys are doing. You're gelling offensively. You're playing hard. I know Coach Preston has a lot of quick hitting plays, and it looks like you guys are really starting to understand what everybody's role is on the team. But, on a personal note, I got to let you know that I've been following Clyde Savannah basketball for 45 years, and I can't name too many players that I would put above you as far as your basketball ability. You're explosive to the basket. You're extremely coachable. You do all the right things. You act like you've done it before. You just go out and you play basketball hard. So, I want to thank you for allowing me to watch you play because I really like watching you play.
Thank you. Yeah.
And so we're excited to see you next Thursday where you're going to go to the Atwood. Would you rather play Lyons here in this gym, the Lyons Community Center, or over at the Atwood if you had a preference?
I'd probably play in the Atwood because I'm more used to it playing over there.
You think it's more of a home court advantage for him over there?
Yeah, definitely.
That's small. I don't think you can fit this many people in the Atwood.
Not even close.
What about your home court advantage at Clyde Savannah? I mean, we saw some great games and some huge crowds there. Has there been some more interest back this year now that you guys are playing better?
Yeah, after like the first and second game, coming into the third game against CG Finney, I think there was a lot more people there than we had last year. Way more people.
Yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit about that CG Finney game. I'm glad you brought that up because Marcus Robinson went off in the first half.
Yes.
I think he had 19 in the first quarter, ended up with 25 or 27 in the first half. And I don't think he scored the last 11 or 12 minutes of that game.
Mm-hmm.
And you were guarding him. What did Coach Preston say to you? And look at you and Jaden were kind of double teaming a little bit. What did he say to you when it came down to crunch time?
He told me that I'm a really good defender and I need to like step up my game because I wasn't playing too good in the first half. And so I listened to him and we put in something to help us guard him because he was doing really good in the first half.
Yeah, you guys did a great job with that. That was the key to the game. You shut him down.
Yeah.
That's why you came away with a win.
Did you ever check out the Upstate Hoops podcast?
Yeah, I watch it every Sunday.
A few weeks ago, I think I mentioned that Tootie Smith was the best athlete in Wayne County, and I heard you weren't too happy about that.
Well, the first time I heard it, I just thought about it. I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then I just realized that I don't need to be focused. I need to be focused on winning and all that.
Well, you're right. I mean, I say a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, I talk a lot, and sometimes without thinking. But I agree. I mean, I don't know what would happen. What would happen if you guys squared off in the ring for like a you guys are friends, right?
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah, and that's kind of the cool thing about this Lions-Clyde rivalry and being coached by Coach Preston, who coached a lot of these other guys in AAU, too. So have you ever played on teams with any of these Lions guys, AAU?
Yeah, they're starting 5 except J.C. Walker. They were on my team 2 years ago, and Jatez Barber.
Yeah, so it makes it kind of cool. So it's a huge rivalry, but it's pretty much a friendly rivalry, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking of J.C. Walker, how about that kid, huh? Just a freshman?
Yeah, he's really, really good. I did not expect him to come out playing this hard and this good at this young.
Yeah,
he's doing really well.
Saw him against ER at the Atwood. He was our player of the game. Having a nice game here as well. I think he has 9 points in the first half to lead all scorers for Lions, all in the second period. So we're getting ready for the second half. We're going to see you on Thursday night in the Atwood.
Yep.
We always get excited. We didn't do the Clyde Lions game last year at all for the first time since we started broadcasting games. We'll be there Thursday. You guys feel good?
Yeah, we
Looking
feel
forward to it?
pretty confident, yeah.
Well, I won't ask you to give away any secrets, but we look forward to seeing you Thursday. Great start to the season, and thanks for spending some time with us.
All right, thanks for having me.
It.
Thanks, Cam.
So Cam Chance with us here in the broadcast booth. Again, we're going to see them Thursday night live on FingerLakes1.com at the Atwood Gymnasium against this Lions team. And we get ready now for the second half to begin. I'll run through the scoring real quick. Again, North Star with a late surge at the end of the second period to outscore Lions 21-15 in the second to take a 35-28 lead. They were led by Ryan Garwood, 17 first half points. Sean Smith with 8, Andrew Newcomb with 6, and Turner Harris with 4. They start with the basketball. That's Garwood passing to Harris, and now Smith tries a 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by Benji Kemp, back in the lineup with those 3 fouls. For Lions, it was J.C. Walker, the freshman, with 9 points. Justin Smith, who turns it over right there with 6. Coming the other way are the Knights, and Turner Harris hangs and finishes. Extends that lead up to 9. Oh. And now Amir James to the pole, can't get it to finish. Walker fights for the rebound, but tracking it down is Khalil Iverson. And a chance to extend the lead to double digits as Smith lets go from 3. Wide open look, no good. Rebounded by Walker. Nate Henry had 5 in the first half. Horace Betts and Jarrell Petty with 3, and Amir James with 2. But boy, an impressive 2 points for Amir James on that acrobatic layup as we got a carry. Second one we've seen called tonight.
It's more carries I've seen tonight or called tonight than I think I did all last year.
I'm excited.
I'm glad to see it
for Clyde Lions this year. I think that Cam Chance is obviously a special player and pretty humble kid for a kid with his athletic ability and skill set.
He's a great kid. I just like the fact that he lets his play do the talking for him. He doesn't.
I tried to. And then we got another steal and an intentional foul on Tootie Smith. That'll be Tootie's third foul, I believe.
Yep.
2 shots in the ball coming. So the undefeated Lions now down 11.
Said he grabbed his shirt. Wow.
So now Turner Harris will shoot free throws. And there's that 10-point lead. Looking to make it 11. Early here, second half. And he can't get the roll. So they'll keep the basketball after that intentional foul. That's actually only the second foul on Tootie Smith. As they inbound to Sean Smith. Smith to Garwood. Garwood into the lane and pulls up and can't get the roll. Rebounded by Benji Kemp. Hands off to Horace Betts. And into the corner for Amir James.
That's
yes!
Great. They needed that in a big way right there.
Gets the lead back down to 7. That's where the half started. And we have another carry. They're on the lookout for that tonight.
Wow.
.608 to go here, third period. Jim Sinicropi, Kevin Sharp, our producer Jason Hunt, along with our cameraman Jeremy Hunt and Matt Meckley, bringing you these great images from inside the Lyons Community Center. Going back to North Star, up 7. Garwood wants a pick, goes the other way, takes it strong, and finishes over Benji Kemp.
What a game.
19 points. Here, 5:37 to go. Benji Kemp back to Horace Betts. Now Tootie with it. Kemp at the free throw line. And now Henry tries a 3 off the mark. And rebounded by Khalil Iverson. Sean Smith to Turner Harris, no good. Good battle for the rebound there by Andrew Newcomb into the corner. Harris tries a 3 ball, can't get it to go. And this time, Tootie Smith with a nice box out, collects the rebound, coming the other way. And now Betts tries a 3. No.
No second chances at all for Lions.
And they got caught sleeping a little bit on the way back, but Turner Harris misses the 10-foot jumper. And now the freshman J.C. Walker getting set to check into the ball game for Nate Henry. Actually, it looks like Henry's going to stay out there. No, there he comes. 4:51 to go, 40-31. I want to thank our sponsors that make broadcasts like these possible. Sponsors like Wilson Press and Mail House. You can learn about their services at wpress.com. And another turnover into the hands of Harris again. And Connie's Diner in Waterloo. Their full menus available at connieswaterloo.com. It's an amazing place to grab lunch or dinner or breakfast. You got a jump ball.
24 is Iverson.
Yeah, Khalil Iverson.
Yeah, he goes after the offensive glass.
Two very athletic
teams
on display here. Right now, North Star's got the better of them. Going for 3 straight wins against the Lions tonight as Betts dishes it down to Kemp, and bad company. Benji Kemp finishes off the glass. Benji's first points of the game. Again, he's playing with those 3 fouls. Now Garwood into the corner for Newcomb. Back to Turner Harris. And the shot, it's too bad. Amir James kind of went away from it, and that's off of Benji's hands and out of bounds. Their own Matt Meckley got his hand on that one as well. Bounce pass into Smith, almost loses it, gets it back. Now he rises, fires, and gets the roll over the front of the rim.
North Star's really getting a lot of 50-50 balls tonight.
They're up 9 as that foul comes before the shot there on Betts. Can talk about Stevers Garage and Jimmer's Auto. Used car inventory available online at jimmersauto.com. Reliable, trustworthy service. Stevers Garage and strong supporters of high school sports here in the Finger Lakes. J.C. Walker out top to Tootie Smith, working against Garwood. A little shove there, had to be careful. Now Betts kicks it across to the freshman, and now Amir James has it top of the key. 17 to shoot here. 3:14 to go in the quarter. Benji on the block, gets it blocked by Andrew Newcomb. 8 seconds to shoot now. Here comes Betts, hangs, and fouled.
You're going to get 12 on that one, Newcomb.
So a couple free throws here can get into that North Star lead. Currently stands at 9 with 3:03 to go second period.
Something's going on with Garwood's hand over there.
Yeah, he's still in the game, but over by the bench as Betts misses the first free throw. Just 3 points on the night for Horace. Couple dribbles. And nothing but net on the second. Lead down to 8 with 3 minutes to go here in the third. There's a man-to-man defense from the Lions. Garwood leads for Newcomb, who knocks it down.
The second 12-footer he's knocked down tonight.
8 points for Andrew Newcomb, and now Betts goes strong right at the basket, off his foot, out of bounds, and heading back to North Star.
Nice little series for Newcomb there. Knocked down the 12, 15-foot jump shot that came back here, held his ground in the paint, and caused a turnover.
Jarrell Petty checks into the ball game for Amir James. So for Lions, it's Petty, Betts, Justin Smith, Benji Kemp, and J.C. Walker. And Sean Smith knocks down a three-pointer. And we've got a timeout North Star. First, I thought that would have been Coach Shot calling it.
I would have thought that too, right?
Biggest lead of the game, 13.
Yeah, I mean, it's, they're kids. They're going to have nights like this, but, there's no saying they can't come back from this, obviously. There's 10 minutes left to go in this game.
As fast as they get up and down here.
Absolutely.
But, it's started out being impressed by Garwood's, but now you got Smith starting to heat up, and some other complementary players like Newcomb starting to contribute. As we get a look at Joe Spazzato, longtime legendary coach and Section 5 administrator.
Yep, right. A lot to do with has a lot to do with Section 5 basketball for sure. Talking to a longtime retired referee over there, David Simmons, a Lions graduate.
He doesn't ref anymore?
No, it's the second year not doing it.
So they're back on the court here with 2:24 to go in the third, and 13-point North Star lead. They come back with Jatez Barber, Horace Betts, Justin Smith, Benji Kemp, and the freshman J.C. Walker. For North Star, it's Turner Harris, and we got a whistle.
No shot clock. Shot clock didn't start.
For North Star, we got Sean Smith, Turner Harris, Andrew Newcomb, Ryan Garwood, and having trouble seeing. Oh, Khalil Iverson.
Looks like Whitman took the lead over Weedsport, 32 to 30, with 4.5 left in the game.
So Whitman, I really like Whitman. I know you do too.
Right.
The way they're coached and all the players and how deep they are and how hard they play. But I was surprised to see them beat North Star when that score came in.
Right. Before tonight, I might have pegged it as the second night, a second night hangover. North Star played in Buffalo last night, and they don't seem to be suffering from the second night hangover tonight.
Well, they lead by 13 here. We're just outside of 2 minutes to go. Third period, and big shot by Tootie Smith.
I like what Coach Shot's done. He's put Justin at the foul line here the last couple trips. You got to give him the basketball and make things happen.
Now, Newcomb.
Nice pass.
Nice pass indeed, but blocked by Kemp. Dribbles out of the traffic and hands off to Justin Smith. And now Kemp, nobody guarding him, takes and finishes with the right hand.
Here we go.
And that lead is now down to 9.
Yep.
The Lions crowd wants some defense. Turner Harris misses a jumper, way up for the rebounds. Iverson kicks it out, wide open 3. Smith! No! Rebounded by Tootie Smith, and now Lions with a chance to add to this run. Uh-oh. And Smith is going to catch up to it and control himself and get the layup. So costly error there by the Lions as the lead now back to 11. Looked like they were about to go on a bit of a run. Now Kemp drives baseline, muscles his way up, can't get it to go, but he'll head to the free throw line.
Kemp's really starting to assert himself here at the end of this third quarter.
Get a look at the replay of this last take by Benji.
Good finish.
Big free throw by the senior. As Khalil Iverson checks out, Tim Hines checks in. Tootie Smith also having a seat right now.
He's favoring that ankle.
Chetez Barber's checked back in. Benji's second free throw is good. And the lead's back down to 9 here. 45 seconds to go in the third period. Ryan Garwood straight to the hole and finishes with the right hand. Wow.
He's doing that against a pretty good defender, too.
Chetez Barber hangs and finishes. Boy, we're seeing a lot of acrobatic finishes at the rim. Chetez Barber's first points of the game. Shot clock's off. We got 15 seconds left to go in the quarter. That lead's still at 9. Northstar content to hold for 1. Clock now down to 7. Down to 5. Smith rises, fires, and can't get the roll. 1 second, and out of bounds with .4 on the clock. Back to the Lions. I don't know if they'll be able to get one off here with just .4 as they get it in, and a little late trigger on the clock there. But at the end of 3 periods of play here in Lyons, our first broadcast of 2020 has the Northstar-Christian Knights leading the Lions 51-42. Fourth quarter action straight ahead on FingerLakes1.com.
Generations Bank is celebrating 150 years of serving and supporting our hometowns. Visit mygenbank.com for the best choices in checking, savings, home equities, mortgages, and much more. Generations has been the Finger Lakes Bank since 1870. Generations Bank, member FDIC.
DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info. DISANTO Propane.com or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. DeSanto. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
And one more quarter of play here. Got some upcoming here on FingerLakes1.com. First of all, Sunday morning for the Upstate Hoops podcast, I'll have Waterloo's first-year head coach Tim Darnell in studio, along with Julian Ruiz, Mike Hubbard, and Joel Kraft. So that'll be a good episode. And then next week, we've got Nate Sharman and Jason Hunt on the call at Clyde Savannah High School as they take on Gananda. And that would have been a back-breaking 3, but great hustle by Northstar, but ultimately into the hands of Lions. Here comes Walker. Walker going to take it straight to the basket and finish with the left hand. JC lead down to 7. Lions hasn't been this close since the beginning of the third quarter.
Ton of composure for a freshman right there.
Sean Smith straight to the rim. Looks like Tootie Smith might have got a piece of it. Here they come. Judy Smith favoring that right ankle a bit. Kicks it out to Betts for three. No. But Kemp with a rebound. One dribble. Back up and in.
Benji Kemp.
And Coach Garwood has seen enough. Lyons comes out strong here to start the fourth quarter. That leads down to 5.
Wow. Benji Kemp and Walker there, the first minute here of this quarter, have really taken the ball, the control of this, taking the bull by the horns.
So, the story of the night to me so far has been Ryan Garwood, 21 points, 17 of them in the first half for Northstar-Christian. If you look at all these athletes on the court, he's probably the most unassuming, but he's dominated tonight.
Right. He's a typical coach's kid. You could tell that he was an outside jump shooter. That's all he did his first year. Last year he went to the basket a little bit more, but you can really tell he's hesitation dribbles and getting to the rim and looking for his teammates and drawing an offensive foul.
Got a score from the Finger Lakes West. HAC beating Naples 16-4 after the first period. Of course, Lyons opened up with a win against HAC. And now here comes Northstar, almost turned over. It is.
Wow.
J.C. Walker stepped in to break it up. And so now Lyons with a chance to make it a one-possession game with a bucket here with 6:55 to go.
It was 14 a couple minutes ago, right?
Yeah, I think they got 13, maybe 14.
47-34, something like that.
Yeah. Lyons chipping away. They could use another one here. Amir James back in. Over to Kemp on the three-point line. Walker and Smith working the blocks. Barber gets it to Smith. Hootie rises, fires, and a little too strong. Kept alive by Betts, but ultimately into the hands of the Knights. Here comes Sean Smith. Smith hands to Garwood. Garwood rises, fires, and nothing but net.
Wow. Very impressed.
24 points for Garwood. And now that lead back up to 8. Now Horace Betts throws it away. And nobody's getting back. Ahead of the pack. And over the front of the rim is Khalil Iverson for his first bucket of the game. 10-point lead for Northstar. 5:54 to go.
5 points quickly right there.
Lyons has had a couple of those turnovers that have led to runouts here in the second half. Amir James from deep. No good. Newcomb rebound. Garwood kicks it over to Smith. Smith loses it for a moment, collects it. Now goes by James, and from the other corner off the side of the backboard, no good, and out of bounds to Lyons.
I think if I'm Lyons, I would live and die with 22 shooting the ball in the corner. Keep the ball out of the hands of Garwood.
Here's Garwood hitting that three. Yep. Man, didn't even come close to touching the cylinder.
Yeah.
5:13 to go in the ball game. Lyons could use a bucket, down 10. Into the freshman Walker. Back out to James. James back to Walker. Walker spins, loses it. Got a foul though on Newcomb. So these games, these Section 5 crossover non-league games, always wondered what's at stake. So Lyons is a chance to pick up some sectional points, but they probably aren't going to need that many.
No,
They're going to get so many wins.
Probably not. Probably not. This is excellent though for Lyons, stepping up their schedule, playing a team like this on this floor.
Walker misses from the corner. They tried to sling it down to Benji Kemp. It's going to be another turnover. Might see some full court pressure soon from Lyons. Haven't seen much today. Wow!
Good ball movement.
Beautiful play and finish by Andrew Newcomb. He now has 10 points ahead to the free throw line. Northstar's really is the one that can use sectional points in Class A2. A2 is one of the most difficult classifications.
Absolutely. East and leadership in there. Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne going to be a factor again. Wilson, Magnet. Penfield? A2?
No, I think Penfield's double A.
Of course, Northstar plays a wild independent schedule. They've got CG Finney coming up on January 10th. They're a C1 school. And then at Virtus, a fellow A2 school, Rochester Prep, B2. Then they play at Buffalo E2 school. And then they get Global Connections, which J.C. Walker drives baseline. I'll tell you something about Global Connections. Well, that might be a fun game to attend if you get a chance. Last year, Northstar beat them 105-88.
A lot of defense.
So here it's 58-46 with 4:21 to go. I'm Jim Sinicropi with Kevin Sharp for Finger Lakes 1. As Amir James from the free throw line off the mark. And Northstar with that, trying to build on that 12-point lead. Sean Smith hangs and can't get it to go. Pulled down by Walker. Dribbles out of the pack. Crossover, free throw line, pull up and hits.
Freshman.
As Coach Schott wants a timeout. To me, that looked like J.C. Walker seeing his team in trouble, game getting out of hand, and just taking it over himself on both ends.
The composure he shows. I mean, a couple times catching, getting the ball, bringing it up full court, behind his back a couple times, pulling up for a jump shot or finishing at the rim. I'm really impressed with him tonight.
So this Lions team set up. Of course, they're going to lose Benji Kemp, the senior, but the rest of the team, juniors, along with the freshman Walker, and we've seen the Lions JV team play as well.
Right. The cupboard never seems to be bare here in Lions.
No, you know, there was 1 year, I think it was Justice Smith's freshman year, the year after Damon Green graduated, and Chris P.A. and Adam, I think they still had Van Buskirk, but they had a losing season.
Right.
But that was just the only blip in the radar, really, for what's been a dominant Lions program for the better part of the last 30, 40 years.
Living Garwood. Oh.
Yeah, Garwood's wide open right now. 3:43 to go, 10-point lead for Northstar. So Betts slapped the ball from behind off of Garwood's leg and out of bounds. And Garwood now has his shooting hand taped. Remember, he was hurt early in the ball game. Hasn't affected him.
Slowed him down.
3:30 to go. Lions needs a bucket. Lions #1 in their Upstate Hoops Finger Lakes 1 Sports Power Rankings. I don't know if that would be at stake with a loss here. Wayne at #2 as Betts misses the three, or excuse me, that's Nate Henry. Pulls it down. In trouble, kicks it out to Smith. Tootie wide open for three. Way too hard. And we got a foul on Northstar-Christian. Looks like they got Tim Hines with a shove. So a break there for Lions. That's the 6th team foul this half on Northstar-Christian. One more and they'll be shooting. Lions just 2 this half. Amir James, corner three. No, air ball. Lions cannot put it in the bucket. And Hines slows it up. No rush for Northstar, up 10.
They'll milk the clock a little bit here, get a good shot.
2:48 remaining. Shot clock at 13. Now at 10, Smith dribbling, guarded by Betts. Hands it off to Hines, a couple dribbles, elbow jumper, rolls off, and Betts comes up with it. Lions really needs a score. Betts to the
hole.
He's
got a carry.
Got another carry.
Got a carry.
Haven't seen Lions utilize any full court pressure tonight.
No, I'm a little shocked at that.
Penfield
Wow.
with a three-pointer at the buzzer to sink Wayne. 60, what was the score there? 60 to 59 at the buzzer. So the Wayne Eagles fall in Penfield. #2 in our power rankings. #1 in our power rankings set to fall here unless they do something in the last 2 minutes, 10 seconds. But Sean Smith extends the lead to 12. He has 14 points. Now Tootie Smith has a pass out of bounds.
That's a really strong 1-2 punch with Garwood and Smith, and they're both underclassmen.
Yeah, a lot of shots opened up when Miles Brown graduated.
Right.
Not that he was a ball hog by any means, but he scored a lot. Section 5's all-time leading scorer as Betts drives and is fouled.
It's a good take by Betts.
Yeah, it was just last year. Brown broke the record previously held by Neil Weedman of Dansville in 1993. Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah, Wayne was up by 20 in the fourth, it looks like, and ended up losing at the buzzer.
Wow. What do we have up?
Foul out.
Khalil Iverson fouls out for North Star.
Well, he really did a great job on the boards tonight. Plays solid defense.
We have, Miles Brown ended up being the third leading scorer in New York State history.
Who's number one?
Joe Girard.
Joe Girard, right?
Took his talents to Syracuse. Who's number 2?
Kenny Anderson?
Close.
Sebastian Telfair?
No, those are both good guesses, but that would be, no, everybody's got it wrong. Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson, okay.
So Betts with a free throw snaps a long period of scoreless basketball from the Lions. They've got the lead down to 9, but just 1:36 to go in the ball game.
Well, they had it to 5 at one point.
Yeah, and then they had a turnover.
Right. They had
led to a run out.
Possession to get it down to one possession. Mike Alicio was, 5th?
Yeah. Yeah, he got injured for half a season, otherwise he might have had it. So,
That's 5. That's 5.
seemed like it. And now we got it. No, we got a timeout, Coach Garwood. So with 22 seconds left on the shot clock, 1:22 left in the game. North Star could get this clock under 1 minute before they shoot.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with North Star tonight. I mean, very impressed with them against Geneva. And I don't know what happened against Whitman. Leaving that Geneva game, I never would have thought Whitman would have won that game. But Whitman's got a bunch of grinders. They're extremely well coached. And there's going to be better days for Lions. This game's not over by any stretch. But Lions, this is a great game for Lions. A great game. Win
Lions, both these teams are reinventing themselves a little bit, I think.
Right.
They lose. North Star loses New York State's all-time leading scorer,
Right.
and they come back strong. Lions loses Justice Smith. It wasn't too far behind. He didn't play as much didn't score as much when he was younger, in 8th, 9th grade, like Miles Brown did. But certainly scored his senior year.
Arguably one of the best players ever to come out of Lions.
Now we could have that discussion, certainly.
Right.
But he would be in that discussion.
The discussion. That's
no
right.
doubt. No doubt. And he was, we enjoyed him, Justice Smith, playing for the past 4 years. So it's kind of odd even to watch a Lions team without Justice. So
Lions has to foul quickly here. Could be getting a one-on-one.
Yep, they got him. Jarrell Petty with a foul.
Yep.
So that's still only 3 team fouls.
That's the 4th, I think. And they're going to have to do it again here.
So we got to think about our Chichinos player of the game as well here, Sharpie. It's got to go to, in my opinion, Ryan Garwood.
I would not argue that one bit.
Unless Lions has a miracle run in them to end the game here. So still more fouls to give before North Star will shoot free throws. 1:14 to go in the ball game.
Ooh, that was close to over and back.
Garwood drives, gives off. They don't need to shoot, but they do, and he converts the layup, Andrew Newcomb. So it's an 11-point lead. We're under 1 minute. J.C. Walker, the freshman, straight to the hole. A little dipsy-do, a little too much. Out of bounds to Northstar-Christian. And so, I'd say it's pretty much elementary here with 11 points. We'll see if they foul. Looks like they're not gonna. So
I think he wants them to.
40 seconds left in the ball game. Looks like that'll about do it. as there's your Chichinos player of the game with the ball right there, Ryan Garwood. We'll have him up for a brief interview and on the Little John Orthodontics Smiles with Style postgame show. Behind the back, working on James. Shot clock down to 2, and Smith with the dagger. 17 points. We got 10 seconds left in the ball game. As Betts hangs and gets it to go.
Nice take by Horace.
And that'll do it. Final score, Northstar-Christian 65, Lyons 53. That's the third straight win for Northstar over the Lyons Lions. When we come back, it'll be the Little John Orthodontics Smiles with Style postgame show here on FingerLakes1.com. Once again, your final score, Northstar-Christian 65, Lyons 53.
Help FingerLakes1.com bring you more great live local sports coverage by becoming a supporter at patreon.com/FL1. Generations Bank is celebrating 150 years of serving and supporting our hometowns. Visit mygenbank.com for the best choices in checking, savings, home equities, mortgages, and much more. Generations has been the Finger Lakes Bank since 1870. Generations Bank, member FDIC.
Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. See all our trucking deals at BillCramChevrolet.com.
Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
So we're waiting on Ryan Garwood to come over and join us. Here he comes. You guys a little bit. So once again, your final score 65-53. It's time for the Little John Orthodontics Smiles with Style postgame show here on FingerLakes1.com. Got a player of the game, coach's son, Ryan Garwood with us. And first of all, great game.
Thank you, glory God.
You guys played last night in Buffalo, right?
Yep. No. We actually played in Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so you beat Seneca.
West Seneca East, I think.
West Seneca East in Cleveland.
Cleveland.
And you got here to the Lyons Community Center.
Yeah.
Did you spend the night in Cleveland or come straight back?
No, we came straight back at 4 in the morning.
And got the win tonight. So you guys have developed a little bit of a rivalry, I think, with Lyons, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely.
But you've gotten the better of them all 3 times.
Yep.
Do you look forward to this game more than maybe some of the others on your schedule?
Yeah, we were definitely looking forward to this game. It's always going to be a good game against Lyons. They got a really hectic crowd, always intense game. Thank you that we got the W.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got to tell you, Ryan. Very impressed with your growth as a basketball player over the last 3 years. as an 8th grader, your role was to sit out around the three and knock around the line and knock down the threes. I was very impressed with how you went to the basket and you finished in traffic and through contact. It tells me that you're really working on your overall game. Do you know how good your dad was?
Yeah, he was pretty good. He's all right.
I actually coached against your father.
He did?
Yeah,
You did?
I coached at Clyde Savannah. Your father may have been a junior or senior at Keswick won the sectional finals, and we had to change our whole defensive scheme to keep him from. So we always had a guy in his face. He was an outstanding shooter, and you're following right in his footsteps. So
thank you.
It's great seeing it.
Thank you.
So, Ryan, you finished with 24 points. It wins you a free pizza. I'll get that to you in a second. But, you guys, Northstar-Christian, came off a great run led by the all-time leading scorer in New York State, in Miles Brown. And you've been up on this varsity team for 3 years now since you were an 8th grader.
Yep.
So how do you guys adjust from losing the all-time leading scorer, in Section 5 and New York, and the third all-time leading scorer in New York State history, to come back out here and be successful?
Well, we had to work in the off season with chemistry and stuff, because working the ball around, since we don't have that go-to guy, but just working around, playing together a lot over the summer actually, and then before the season even started, just pick up gyms, all that.
Well, when you're in the area, I know you like to travel a lot, Cleveland, Lyons, but free large cheese pizza from Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant in Waterloo and Geneva for our player of the game,
All right,
Ryan
you.
Garwood. 24 points, 17 of them in the first half. We'll let you get back with your team, and I'm sure you need some sleep from all that traveling.
Definitely,
huh?
yes.
Then
Definitely
school starts up again on Monday?
Yes.
All right, well, hey, it was great watching you play. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
Good job.
Congrats.
So there it is, Ryan Garwood, our Cicino's player of the game. And, boy, he shocked us a little bit there, Sharpie, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did.
It's Cleveland last
Cleveland.
night.
I thought it was in Buffalo.
Well, that's one of the problems with with the Section 5 website.
Yep, I know.
Can we get some information? There were 3 games in all of Section 5 last night. One of them was this Northstar team that was apparently in Cleveland.
Yeah.
We try to cover, as best we can. That information isn't available. So
you can only do with the information you're provided. That's all you can do.
But it is fun and interesting how you played against his dad, or coached against his dad.
Yeah.
And now you're up here interviewing him after such a great game. Caught me by surprise. We knew he was a player, but he dominated that first half.
I liked the way he played against Geneva last Friday, but it was nothing like he played tonight. I mean, he was undercomposed. He was very composed. Didn't let Lyons pressure get to him that much. I mean, he's finished in traffic, like I said. I just extremely impressed with Ryan Garwood.
I'll run through the scoring here real quick. Once again, it was 65-53 final for Lyons. It was the freshman J.C. Walker with 13 points. Justin Smith bothered by a bum right angle with 11. 8 points for Nate Henry. 8 points for Benji Kemp, all in the second half. 7 for Horace Betts. 5 for Amir James. 3 points for Jarrell Petty and 2 for Jatez Barber. For the Northstar-Christian Knights, it was Ryan Garwood leading all scorers with 24. 17 in the first half. 17 points for Sean Smith. 12 points for Andrew Newcomb, 7 for Turner Harris, and 2 for Khalil Iverson, who fouled out late. And just real quickly, coming up on Finger Lakes 1, Sunday morning, 10 a.m. It's the Upstate Hoops podcast. I'll have first-year Waterloo head coach Tim Darnell in studio with 3 student athletes. That'll be a great show. And then next Tuesday on FL1 Radio, Tuesday night, Clyde Savannah hosts Gananda. You can listen to that live on FL1 Radio. Thursday night, we'll see Lyons again back at their more traditional home, the Atwood, against Clyde Savannah, as that rivalry game is reunited. And then the very next night, it is Geneva at Newark, live on FingerLakes1.com. So it's a new year. We're getting into the flow of things. We got some great games ahead for
great
you.
Schedule.
And was looking forward to tonight for a while, and it didn't, a little closer game might have been nice, but it was nonetheless another great night.
I have no doubt Lyons is going to bounce back. This is going to make them a better basketball team.
Yeah.
I just don't have any doubt about it. They got hampered with foul trouble in the first half. Justin's ankle was clearly bothering them. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, Northstar-Christian in the tough A2 classification along with Wayne, who lost tonight on a 3-point buzzer beater against a very good Penfield team for their first loss. Lyons suffers their first loss. They're still the heavy favorites in Class C2 to win what would be their third straight sectional title. So a lot to look forward to for both Northstar-Christian and Lyons, and for us, we'll look forward to 3 games next week on Finger Lakes 1, and maybe head up the road to Tom Walls and grab a junker plate here before they close.
I'm all about that.
All right, well, appreciate it, Sharpie. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Always fun. So for my broadcast partner, Kevin Sharp, and for our cameraman, Jeremy Hunt and Matt Meckley, our producer tonight is Jason Hunt. Thanks for tuning in to high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night.